Welcome food fans, picky eaters, the flavor curious, and everyone in between. Nothing makes good food better than good conversation. And your table is ready. Come right this way to the Food for Thoughtcast with your host, Melissa Reagan. But you can call her Chef. All right, let's get this episode started.
Hi there, food fans. It's me, your host, Melissa. As always, you can call me Chef. Today, I'm joined by Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat podcast for a hilarious off-the-rails virtual hang where we talk food, shop, and everything in between. You may know the Team Fat Kid food truck and its crew from Season 12 of the Great Food Truck Race on the Food Network, or the streets of the 757 where they are dishing out delicious grub. Either way, settle in and feast on this serious and not so serious food for thought. Hey guys, how's it going?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on the Food for Thoughtcast.
It is our pleasure, as always.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute. All right, now I'm ready. Now
you're ready. Introduce yourselves for the listeners.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Jason. This is Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat, by the way. I am Jason.
This is Alex. This is Dennis. This is Dooley.
And it sounds like just like our podcast, doesn't it? So how was your week, Melissa?
It was crazy. Valentine's Day was a slaughter. It was stupid busy. And even though I'm not there today, it sounds like President's Day is pretty similar for whatever reason, but it's really strange.
President's Day parties, man.
I guess. What about you guys?
The truck's in the shop again. It's getting an axle seal done. So, I mean, that's the life of a food trucker, Like, it seems like... We had a hose blow going down the road this week also.
Again.
Yeah, it was like the last one. And so the owner of the shop looks at the mechanic. He's like, I told you to change that. And he's like, you told me to change them all but that one. He's like, why would I tell you to change them all but this suspicious blue one?
It sounds a little bit shady. Do you find that the food truck is busier around any of these more what I would call arbitrary holidays, or does it make a difference? Is it more about where you're parked, or?
Definitely more about where we're parked, but I'd say in general, holidays are probably less busy for us.
Yeah, really? we call them barbecue holidays.
Well, not only that, but I mean, like most of the places we go don't have TVs.
True that.
So a lot of Sunday football in particular, not our strong point.
The breweries don't really have a lot of TVs. I think there's one out there that has the football package.
I see.
And we drive, our food is kind of like that bar, that bar niche,
Right.
It's just over the top, unapologetically gluttonous.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a little bit gluttonous.
For the day.
Seriously, if you can accomplish it in one meal, you check that off your list.
I don't have to eat the rest of the day.
Get it out of the
tomorrow. I got enough calories for today and tomorrow.
Get it out of the way.
Both lunch and dinner and breakfast the next day.
Somebody's like, are you running a 10K? Is that why you're eating all this? No, I'm just trying to get through the next couple of days. I got a lot of crap to do. I don't have time to eat.
10K. Nah, brother. I'm just America.
It's America.
So what do you do on a daily basis? I mean, you're executive chefing it over there?
Yeah, so it's running a team, doing all the paperwork, the orders, payroll, schedule.
All the crap that doesn't involve cooking.
All the admin crap that doesn't involve cooking, and then some occasional cooking, but mostly it's expediting. I get all my cooking fun is at home.
It must be just your ears, Dooley. Dooley's over here fighting an echo in his head. And he's like, "Are you echoing?" And I'm like, "No." And he's echoing with his mouth when he says echo. So it's great. Beautiful.
He's throwing his voice in the studio right now.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's doing. It's Dooley.
I'm hearing Melissa, I'm hearing your voice through Dennis's headset, so I think it gets through my headset.
Oh,
so I'm like, I was like, is it echoing through the podcast? So people like
constantly on a delay.
Somebody having to hear me twice sounds like my own worst nightmare. Like,
well,
it's not good.
So he's always on delay. So. Yeah, my headset's on like a half second delay. So I'm like, is there an echo? I don't know. Like,
we're back on that trip with the echoes.
Yeah.
So everybody made it through the weekend, okay?
Yeah, like our Sunday kind of sucked. We had high hopes for it, but it was kind of a dud. It wasn't terrible. I mean, I guess we've definitely had worse gigs.
so you were the bingo palace?
Yeah, we're at we tried a bingo hall,
I saw that on the Facebook page. Yeah.
And evidently those people take bingo very seriously. And so there's like meal intermissions. It's like weird. So you stand around for like 2 hours and then like a line forms for like 30 minutes and then they leave. And it's like,
we're breaking for breakfast.
Yeah, we're breaking. It's food break, everybody. Everybody go on food break.
That sounds really cutthroat. It's like, no time for cheesesteaks. I almost have 4 corners. Get out of my way.
They're like 3 hours early. Like,
yeah, that's true. They were there like 3 hours before the bingo started. People were already
crazy.
There. Like they're claiming like their spots. I don't know. Like the producer chalked it up to like the I don't know if you ever seen like the Roseanne episode where she got addicted to bingo.
Yep.
And they have like all their knickknacks on the table.
Yep.
That's real.
You put all the tchotchkes out, and then it's like when you have the rituals you go through before your team wins a game. Like, I have to stub my toe on this, and I have to eat that.
Evidently, there was like a bingo don that everyone paid homage to when they walked in the door.
Don. Like that.
Stop it.
It might have been Dawn, but we're going with Dawn.
It was Dawn.
It was Dawn.
Her name was Dawn, but
Dawn
we're going Dawn.
And her name was Donna.
She was pretty great.
Everyone walked in the door and like walked straight up to her, kiss the pinky ring, and then you go to your designated area.
I didn't realize that bingo had like a consigliere. I didn't realize this was so serious.
I didn't know the mafia owned bingo.
When you win bingo, you get one wish.
Oh my gosh.
They're really just laundering money through bingo. Like,
you come to me on the day of my bingo.
I cannot refuse.
You bring me these markers, I cannot refuse. Oh my gosh.
Oh, they're not just markers. They're like we talked about this.
Yeah, they're like fat stamps.
Yeah, it's like stampers, not markers, and they have like 8 different colors, like all uncapped, sitting next to them, ready to go. Like
they got like the little marker holster.
People were walking in with like lunchbox bags that just had like markers all the way around them.
Gee, piss off a 65-year-old grandma. Scream bingo.
G36.
Oh, we talked about the fact that they don't allow alcohol, and that's probably because of miscalled bingo.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Never mind. Not
bingo.
But it sounds like something you would need alcohol to get through, I think.
I would assume I maybe because of the gambling they're not allowed to have the alcohol.
Maybe, but they were like the people were there. This seems like a day. Like you have to take a day. Like this is like I'm going on vacation. Where are you going? I'm going to bingo hall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there for about 17 hours.
Sounds like
tomorrow.
It's like a second job.
I mean, again, people were there at like 10, 11 o'clock, and they were there till 4 o'clock. Without like there were still more games to go. Like,
there was the second game started like 7:30.
Yeah, so I mean,
I
like
think that was like something different because it said the bingo hall closed at 5.
They probably like just cleaned. Like everybody, get out, go smoke your cigarettes, come back at 10.
Yeah, we got to clean this floor.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's COVID, man. You got to spray the tables down. Sanitation. Like, hey.
Well, in Texas, we killed a COVID with our guns, so like we eradicated
the alcohol wipes. There's marker on this table.
Hey, ain't no party like a bingo party.
Bingo party don't stop.
Apparently for 17 hours. Get it. What was the biggest seller at the bingo hall?
French fries.
Hey, they need one hand for the stamper and one hand for the French fries.
I just thought churros were going to be better because of that.
Yeah, the second best Philly, which is our traditional Philly, ribeye, onions, and the white American. That was like the number one seller at the bingo. Something simple, I guess. It was our first time there,
Yeah.
We did get good feedbacks. Like somebody wrote us and was like, "Oh, I had your sandwich it was amazing." Like, but usually, like the cheesesteaks are usually pretty high up on the list of best sellers.
Much younger crowd than we expected.
Yeah, I really expected them to be a lot older at the bingo hall.
I didn't expect to run into anyone we knew.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Like the first 3 people, it's like, hey, like, oh, come here.
Legitimate statement. I think that might have been a quote.
That was quote.
What was the quote again? You backed up a little bit. I couldn't hear it.
Like I haven't done bingo in 7 years, and look, I show up and here you are. Like,
Man.
Yeah. You pick the one day in
odds?
7 years. You pick to do bingo, and you show up at my bingo hall.
Here's a Philly.
Here's a Philly. Tell 'em it's not a sandwich. It's a movement. It's a statement.
It's a BM.
It will be a movement, that's for sure.
It's an upcoming movement.
Yeah. Producers over here like, let's not do this. Let's not go down this road.
You're pre-scheduling. Okay. I won't bite. We'll be good.
With the segue.
We can spend an hour talking about the BM.
The Buffalo Mac?
The Buffalo Mac.
All right. I had a guest this week. Speaking of sandwiches, I had a guest this week return a burger because they didn't realize it had meat on it and said they were vegetarian. True story.
Wow.
True story.
I believe you.
People's stupidity doesn't surprise me. Have you ever had someone eat one of your sandwiches and then complain about food poisoning when they just had to poop? That's not really food poisoning, is it? Like,
You
I had to
can't-
poop after I ate your sandwich. So like, yeah, that's normally what happens after
It's
you eat
the
food.
circle of life.
You can't call every case of indigestion food poisoning. Like that's just you're letting the food poisoning do all the heavy lifting. Like sometimes you just ate too much or you ate too fast.
Thank you.
Or it didn't agree with you.
7
Like,
shots of tequila.
You know what? Right?
7 shots of
Obviously,
wow.
You're a main chef. We can go back to food here for a second. You know, just maybe. What is there anything like that you avoid in specials specifically because of customer complaints? Not necessarily dietary restrictions, but is there anything that you just avoid with a passion?
Let's see.
Real question. I know we jump subject.
No, it's totally fine. For a long time, I was into the, let's do all the seasonal local things, so the local slow food movement, a couple of jobs back, right? And when we were consistently doing specials, and I would always get that one guy that would be like, technically, these aren't seasonal right now. I'd be like, dude.
Technically, shut the fuck up.
Stop. But apparently it's seasonal to be a douchebag all year. But like, okay,
Here we are. That's always in season.
It's always in season. Shenanigans and douchebagger.
So I mean, it wasn't season when they picked it, bro.
Right.
And froze it.
There were a lot of menu terms that I love to use for quite a while, and it just the crowd around here, you can't squeak anything past them. And it's not that I was trying to be dishonest. There's just always those like 1 or 2 or 3 people that are like, this isn't heritage. This isn't seasonal.
Menu terms is a great thing to break out because I've definitely named some specials, some questionable, like that's a tostada. I mean, maybe not, but who's going to call me on bullshit?
Have you guys seen that TikTok going around? There's a white girl that she's like, so I invented flat tacos. You're like, no, it's a tostada.
Flat tacos.
Same time, everything's always in season at the grocery store.
That is true. It depends on what part of the globe it comes from.
That is true.
I mean, the seasons are not always the same where they're everywhere. That's why I'm trying.
The lower hemisphere is different from the top hemisphere, so maybe we're just down here today.
Patos from Mexico.
I can't find places everywhere yet, so I'm questionable.
Yeah, well, not in grocery stores.
Yeah.
Maybe we're in season for Ecuador today. Maybe tomorrow we're Canada.
I'll say it
comes from Peru, so
they grow cantaloupes everywhere, man.
Yeah, I know. We did this whole thing on that.
Well, they're not called cantaloupes.
They're called cantaloupe.
In the bad,
Cantaloupes.
Bad dad joke from the back.
I can. Okay, so menu words. Do you guys know the difference between mashed and whipped potatoes?
Oh,
shit.
We just had a whole discussion on the difference between a whip and a whisk.
Just the difference between
food truck conversations while we're driving from point A to point B.
So what is the difference between mashed and whipped potatoes?
$3.
Let's start there.
$3.
Oh, that's exactly. My answer on the difference between a whipped and a whisk.
About $3.
$3.
To clarify, we looked up the definition of what is it to whip rather than whisk. To whisk is apparently just to give it like a few quick stirs, whereas to whip is to do it with intention. So it's like a heavy, like you're aerating.
What does that mean? But why? But you can't aerate mashed potatoes because if you whip them too far, they're going to make them gummy.
Right?
You're going to overwork the
Agreed.
starch. Come on.
Yes, totally.
Agreed. I'm not a fan of like the putting them through a sieve or anything.
I like the ricer.
Mm.
I like the ricer before, like, for your initial mash.
See, I'm old
Yeah.
school.
Good.
I just want to put enough butter and cream in there that I don't need to worry about the rice.
That is
or anything.
Y'all
unnecessary.
listeners gonna learn today.
Yeah, like, just add more fat and it'll be fine. Like,
More fat always makes everything better.
The ricer
Where I'm
will
at.
change your life until you have one prep cook that puts an uncooked potato through it
through the
and
rice.
ruins it. Ruins it.
Like the big mill.
It's
Like,
kind of impressive if he actually got the potato through it. You know,
I mean, it was
Right.
Ruin the cream,
Have you
but-
ever gotten a batch of mashed potatoes and it's like gummy and chunky at the same time and you're like, this is supposed to be a scientific impossibility.
That sounds a lot like my aunt's mashed potatoes.
Is that consistently or?
I mean, like, I feel like you could really put up some
Like on
effort with
purpose
that.
though?
what's your Melissa? What's your favorite consistency on mashed potatoes?
I'm gonna side with the so much cream and butter that it doesn't matter how you smash them.
Okay, do you like
I'm
them-
really
do you
feeling
like
like
them
bacon
thick?
bits should be a part
Like-
of this conversation.
Well, we're not even talking about attitude. Not Logan.
Or
Here. Like,
fresh.
just like, do you like them thick? Do you want them runny? Do you like skin in? You know,
I don't-
Like, what's
At home, if I'm making them for me at home, I want butter, flaky salt, white pepper, and red potatoes with the skins on, and like a chunky smash,
okay?
and then
I like
yeah.
that.
like lots of
I just
dill
We'll call
or
it
parsley.
A rustic mash.
Oh, I
I'm not
also
a
hate
fan.
that word a lot.
The rustic menu word right there.
Rustic. What is it? I just didn't feel like working it that much.
My knife cuts suck, so everything's not the same size. We'll call it
Oh,
rustic.
why'd you say it?
Speaking of knife cuts,
Did you watch the show?
I just don't understand the smooth baby food mash. I'm not a fan.
See,
That's Gordon Ramsay had that at his restaurant. I can't.
every
No.
now that's a pomperé, please.
No, I want something mash. Like,
It's every now and then, dude. I'm a big fan of just the boxed potatoes, man. The flakes, rehydrated.
you can still
I know,
get those
yeah.
thicker though. I mean, like if you
Oh,
can,
yeah.
if you can tip the plate to the right and the mashed potatoes like slide.
Yeah, they
there's a
shouldn't.
problem.
Yeah.
That's baby food.
See, I think you're like borderline potato soup.
Yeah, that's not. No, it's not okay. That's not
Puree.
mashed potato.
But
Yeah,
potato puree.
like
Like,
that's,
you shouldn't be able to make designs like smear your spoon across it in your mashed potatoes.
Yeah, you and I know that enough.
It needs to be a mountain that can hold gravy. It has to
Right.
have the structural integrity.
And I'm not even mad if you make it the volcano.
oh, like put the little ladle in it and then yeah.
Have you guys seen the meme where it's like it was Dad's night to cook and it's like a mountain of mashed potatoes with brown gravy? It's like
Chicken
dino nuggies. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I want to do that right now.
With the dino
So you
nugget.
gotta have like your macaroni cheese coming out of the middle of your
Yes,
the
the
volcano. of
Macaroni
potatoes.
magma.
$18 for that plate too, by the way.
$18.
I
But,
bet you though,
yeah.
that was like he was like dad of the year.
Uh-huh.
Like fuck yeah! Is that a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
It's two.
it's two Tyrannosaurus Rexes. Bing.
Ooh.
Ooh, puns.
Very much expensive.
What was your what was the oxygen one? Roberto.
Oh, because it was Robert's oxygen. There's like this truck drove by.
Roberto.
And I was like, he really missed out on the Roberto too. Like Robert's oxygen, Roberto too.
Oh, really?
pretty good.
Look, we have a lot of free time in the food truck. There's no radio.
And we are big on dad jokes. I'm
That's
big on dad jokes. I don't know about the we.
Yeah, it's not so much
I'm
we.
big on dad jokes for sure.
I'm really big on dad jokes. You guys trying to speed chill a beer over there? What's happening right now?
Oh,
Oh.
man, I forgot you did
Yeah.
it again. Okay, not just one.
No, what happened was like I had a beer open and we recorded the intro to the podcast, and so we could pause it. And like I tried to be cool and like pop the can and then pour the beer into the glass,
and then
so that you would hear like the
like.
Yeah, but then like when I went to pour it, I was like looking at the microphone and trying to get close enough, so I just poured it straight into my lap.
Oh my gosh, you did that.
I did. So then I was like, cool, because like I poured the beer and I was like, well, Melissa will need a beer when she comes out, and so I turn around to give it to her, and she comes out the door with a beer, and I was like, well, so she put the other one in the freezer to keep it cold while we go.
Heard that.
It's like a picnic.
I like it. It seems like a party over there.
Yeah, that's
digging
pretty
it.
Much. It's our whole podcast premise.
It's not Thursday yet. We switch music.
Yeah, when the music changes.
That's the name of the podcast.
That's when you really get started. We're talking about menu words. How do you guys feel about the word artisanal?
Oh, give me a fucking break.
Organic.
Oh, no, don't you get me started on that one.
I know. Calm down, Dennis. Sit.
Jason's Jason's favorite word.
I know.
What do you mean sit?
You're my soapbox over there, man.
Jason's favorite word.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
That's more of like a descriptor than a
I've seen it on menus.
This beautiful.
What about when somebody says? What about when a menu description says a generous portion? You're like, cool, and not the selfish portion.
It's generous. It's
stupid.
Generous. I gave you 6.
Okay. That's Chipotle's description of let me get some chicken, and they give you this small little 1 ounce portion of chicken. You're like, bitch, more.
I can't tell you when the last time I've been to a Chipotle.
I did a DoorDash 2 days ago. That shit.
The more I eat out, the more I'm disappointed.
I understand that.
Me too.
And I think,
Every time.
especially post-COVID, just the service, the service alone is just like, ugh,
Oh, yeah,
I
haven't really sat down in a restaurant to eat either. Like in the restaurant industry's defense, like post-COVID, I haven't been to a lot of sit down and eat restaurants.
I got skipped on a wait this morning.
Oh, really? Wow.
I had to walk up and say something. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not on the list anymore. And they were like, oh, yeah, we texted you 20 minutes ago. And I was like, no, you didn't.
you text Barry.
That's despicable.
My name is Alex.
Sucks.
You text Barry, motherfucker.
I mean, great service other than that. But, I just have horrible luck going out. I really do.
So does she.
Like, every time I go out, something goes wrong. And I admit,
like, we don't even have to go out. We can bring it back home, and it's still going to be fucked up.
Every time there's a wait list,
but it's always my wife's food. It's never
something's
mine.
going wrong. Like, I'm getting dropped off the wait list.
I got your fire sauce in the mail the other day, and not ashamed to say that I immediately put it to work on some fried chicken. And I grabbed amazing. It's so good. Because one of my pet peeves is when something's just spicy for the sake of being spicy. I don't like being injured while I'm trying to eat, but I like heat a lot, but it has to have flavor too.
Are you batch 3 or 4? What's on the bottom?
She got a batch
4.
Ooh, that's one of our spicier ones, to be honest with you.
Batch 4 was definitely
It's a little more bitter.
But I ordered, I just got off work. It was like 11 hours. And I was like, nope, not going to make anything. So I ordered KFC. They got it wrong. It was the most simple order, but they got it wrong.
I got a 2-piece and a biscuit. Where's the biscuit?
It was literally a 3-piece and a biscuit, and they left one of the pieces out. And I was like, I'm not driving back. I'm not going back.
So you got a 2-piece.
So you got a 2-piece and a biscuit.
Exactly.
I ordered a 3-piece.
They were like, I'll give you what you need, fatty. You only need 2.
What 2 pieces did you go home with?
So I ordered 2 thighs and a wing, and they just sent me a thigh and a wing.
I'd have been pissed.
I'd have been if I got the 2 thighs, I'd been okay.
Yeah.
I'd been upset because I like wings.
You know it's bad when our producer got a full sentence out about it. He was like, I will speak on this.
This is bullshit.
I will go right back through that drive-through.
That's why you check your food in the drive-thru.
You know what? We're just gonna go. We're gonna make it work. We're just gonna go.
Why do people tailgate in a drive-thru?
It's so stupid. Where else are you gonna go? There's a concrete barricades on both
sides. If you're in line
sides.
long enough, drop the tailgate, drink a beer, man. I don't know how long we're gonna be here.
You don't know
Do
how
not
long
judge that guy. They're in Texas.
Hey, buddy, you don't know how long we're gonna be here. We might as well drink a beer while we wait on our food. Okay.
Oh man, I popped 2 peepers before we got in line. Right?
So then, what we called that shit last week? Peter Brian Ryan's.
Peter Brian Ryan's.
Peter Brian Ryan.
But anyway,
So,
yeah, the fire sauce was amazing. And Jason, you said you have some news, so tell us about that.
We are finally going. We haven't done it on the food truck at all ever, but we are going to drop the 13th level of hell, which is an old school recipe that we've had for a really long time. And the fire sauce became a variation of the 13th level of hell because we were trying to calm it down to make it more. Oh, that's me. What are you doing? You pulling the cord. Yeah, pulling the cord out. my head's stuck to that.
I was gonna say, is he the friend that's gonna unplug you one day? Because that's terrible.
He's practicing.
Yeah.
So we it's the fire sauce is like a thumb down version.
Every
Sorry.
time you pop a beer.
Alex is struggling right now. So we thumb down the 13th level of hell. Here it comes. Check this out. No one even grabbed the door for him. Like, it's a bunch of dickheads.
I'm standing right next to
I
him.
know. So we dumbed down the 13th level of hell and created the fire sauce to make it like more palatable for the public. Like,
Sure.
You know, we're still on the higher end as far as like a standard hot
Like
chicken
Scoville.
sandwich would go.
Yeah,
Scoville
sure.
And we did that intentional. Like we don't make everything for everybody, you know. So we stay true to ourselves and like this is what we would want to eat. It's not necessarily what we think, you know, Joe Smith down the street wants, you know. And we find that people either really love the fire sauce or it's just too hot for them.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, sometimes you have to create for you. Right.
It's like this is my outlet. When you want to make a bland chicken sandwich, you make your own outlet.
Damn right. I don't want no damn bone chicken.
But so the 13th level of hell is I have no idea what the Scoville level of that is. But it's definitely
Don't you technically have to send it in?
No, I mean we make it ourselves. Like you talking about like to get it tested.
Yeah, for like the accuracy.
I don't tell anybody what the Scoville scale is, so no. I just said I have no idea what that is.
Has anybody ever asked?
Yeah, but I mean, I can ballpark it. Like, it's probably close to 1 million. But like the 13th level of hell has like reapers in it and scorpions and ghost chilies. Like it's got like the echelon of like everything spicy. So we haven't made it in a long time, and mostly because it like burns your face while you're trying to make. Jesus, dude, right in the face.
Yeah, there's a local place here that does like a one wing and it's over 1 million. And I did it. They serve you like with a glove and you know, and I was like, that's cool. I'm gonna pro level this shit. Like I'm going to pop all the meat. I'm gonna like twist the flat and pop all the meat down to the end so that I don't have to touch my face with it. I was like, y'all think you're dealing with a rookie right now, but no. Like, nope.
So how bad was it?
It was bad. It was so bad that my ears hurt for like 3 or 4 hours inside. Like it hurt.
Wow.
Like it was awful.
I chased it
with a shot. I chased it with a shot of ranch. So I kind of like preempted like the movement issues later on. But it kind
That's
of like
a long shot. You're just
like,
sitting there just
I kind of just cushioned it. Well, it wasn't like a 2 ounce pour, but it was like a sauce ramekin, you know.
Still,
it's like doing a Jello shot of ranch.
Listen, it had sauce and it had like dry rub on the outside, and it was hot, but it had a really good flavor, which I super appreciate, you know. But yeah,
like with the 13th level of hell, and even like with the fire sauce, like so. We roast every pepper that goes in there. So they're all roasted beforehand. And then again, like that's in, like we're getting that char on the outside. We're
Right.
trying to instill the flavor of it, and that's the most important part, as opposed to like getting the heat. The heat will come. I mean, you're adding stupid peppers into it. Yeah, but like in the in the fire sauce, like the hottest pepper is the habanero, except for the batch you got. The batch 4 had a reaper in it.
Oh, it was tiny.
After we roasted it, it was tiny.
It's really, really tasty though. Super tasty.
We got to add a little bit extra on too, because it's very end of that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the one that just the one?
Yeah, you only have one reaper in the whole batch.
What I was actually here for.
Yeah, it was like 4 gallons. One reaper in 4 gallon batch. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Wait till it put 13.
But for being a food truck and actually like selling hot sauce, like it's
We have
pretty
created a food truck hot sauce movement.
yeah.
We updated the bottle.
we
Haven't released that yet.
Yeah, we haven't done.
Sold
I
the
sent her
whole
a picture
thing.
of the bottle, like the new bottles, to make it easier to pour. It has like a bigger orifice.
Spout.
Well, it's the technical term is orifice.
You can keep
Go
saying
down.
that.
This man has done his
It has
research.
a 38 millimeter orifice on the bottle, Alex. I know.
That word's making me really uncomfortable. Just say it's the bottle mouth. It's not any better. It's really not.
It's that bottleneck.
Look at the mouth on this. It sure does have a pretty mouth.
Look at the mouth on this hot sauce.
Is that a bottle mouth or a fist?
Oh man,
You hear banjos, battle faster.
seriously.
All right, I know that you wanted to play Hops Roulette without being able to
The
play
virtual
Hops Roulette.
game.
Yes.
So Alex, in the whole time, Alex was struggling for this beer, and no one helped him.
I attempted to.
You attempted to help. Okay.
She offered me a glass.
I wasn't.
I
gonna
did it.
help.
All right. So we're going to, I guess we'll describe the beer to you. You'll hear
All
us
right.
go around the table.
None of them know what it is either. Don't worry.
So
You're just gonna have to take your cues from who you
who do
best
you, yeah,
believe has it right.
who do you trust the most? Which, I mean, and for the record,
I mean,
most
she
people.
knows everybody so well.
Yeah.
Which don't trust any of
Well,
us.
for the record, most people who play virtually win. So
Yeah, honestly, like
Coyotes done it?
Steel?
Yes, Steel done it?
Steel won in
Steel.
California.
why was I gonna say skull?
I don't know. All right.
Steel wins from
Are
30,000
you,
miles
are you
away.
trying to cheers? Skull.
Yeah. Skull. All right. So here we go. So the first.
Cilantro.
Cilantro?
Yeah, I said cilantro.
All right. So it's kind of got a banana note in the smell.
Mm.
I think you're going for cilantro.
Smell. You want to take a sip? See what you think?
So
No. Yeah. Okay.
So
That's the color. Oh, good God.
This is why we're not sponsored by beers.
Right? It's like you're trying to like him like over here like, and this is what it looks like when you drink it. Oh God, I don't. Oh, who's up?
That's an encouraging start.
Yeah. Let me try.
Is
Who's
that
you want
bad? Did it expire?
No.
It kind of got an olive aftertaste. Anyone else? Green olive.
Olive, you're on your own. I
think it's
don't know olive.
I thought you said a woman.
Like I
gonna
was
say-
kind of with you on the banana in the beginning, but the olive at the end,
Ew.
no.
Gross.
You want to try it now? A little banana.
You
Little
wanna-
banana
what else
olive?
do you wanna try?
Olives and banana.
Yeah.
Sorry with a friend
Right.
on top.
All right,
Yeah,
anyone,
all right.
Julie,
All right,
Julie.
so it sounds like an 80s like cocktail recipe that you would see like on the
I
spread
kinda-
of a table.
Right next
Or maybe
to
the
Walmart.
70s. Yeah.
Right next
I
to
mean, I kind of get banana breadish, but
Yeah.
the olive.
The olive, I don't get.
I'm thinking
Banana,
maybe it's the fermentation.
All
that
right,
I'm
so
tasting.
Julie, let's
All right.
take this off. What
All
do
right,
you got?
Julie, go ahead. What do you got?
All right, I'm thinking it's a.
Cheers.
cheers.
What are you taking the fifth or Dan? Like, sometime
No,
in this year would be great.
All right,
I'll
Dennis. Moving on.
Y'all go then, motherfuckers. Like, I'm so tasting shit.
I think it's a Czech pills, or maybe yeah. I'm gonna go Czech pills. I'm gonna put it low in alcohol. Like when I say low, like 5.85.
Okay.
Um,
Right, it's down to
The
that.
IBUs.
Oh shit, we're back to
Yeah, I
writing
don't-
it down.
Yeah, I don't think the IBUs are as high as we think, or I don't think they're really high at all. So I'm gonna put the IBUs like at 35. And my rating, yeah, I do like it too.
All right, check
You
bills 5.5, 35 IBUs, and you give it a 2.
You look like a high schooler taking their
I'm
first
gonna
shot of
go with
vodka.
Golden lager?
Golden lager. I'll do about 4.8. And then say maybe 20 IBUs. I give it a 3. It's not that bad.
And Julie?
I'm going with Jason on the whole banana flavor, so I'm thinking probably like a banana lager. I say banana lager. ABV, I'd go 5.7, and IBU 10. You still doing ratings?
Yeah, still doing ratings.
I give it a 4.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Now, Melissa, they've clearly narrowed it down so much for you.
Yeah, I mean,
did you go?
I know what it is. I can't go. They've clearly narrowed it down for you. Just to recap, we've got a Czech Pils, a banana lager, and a golden lager, and they're between 4.8 5.5%. The best I could do is tell you that they are all wrong.
So
the best I can do is a pizza party.
Brown paper napkins and tiny slice of pizza. All right, so it's some juice boxes too. What are the tasting notes? You said cilantro.
Well, I think he was trying to say cilantro, as in Cheers, but he said cilantro.
Oh, cilantro.
Tasting notes where it starts with banana, correct? Yeah.
I think it is kind of banana forward.
It does taste like a banana bread.
Jason, by your face, you went low on the IBU, but your face obviously
there was I don't know, man.
I think it was Jason with the hops thing again.
I don't know, man. It was.
I'm trying to give her some kind of hint
for the best way for me to describe the flavor. It was kind of like alcohol forward.
Sure, but like astringent.
Astringent. That's a good word. And it didn't hit like a high ABV, if that makes sense.
Huh.
All right, now that they've totally again narrowed it down for you so much.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be tough for her because this is probably a local brewery, isn't it?
Let's see what you got. Yeah.
Did you see it?
I just saw the can. Now I know what it is.
Don't say nothing.
Oh.
We're not going to say anything. Obviously, she's still going to hang her.
Okay.
Really? Then?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense on the banana now that you see the picture.
Yeah.
You're screwed.
I'm missing something really fun over there. Can I just forfeit my turn? I want to find out what it is.
Well, you got to at least give us a guess now.
What do you think? Like, you got to see the color, correct?
So you guys said Czech Pils, and
I got a banana and a golden lager as well.
A banana and a golden lager.
I will tell you, all of them are low on ABV. The highest one was 5.7. So that's the most advice that I can currently give you. We're going to go with lager and Pils are not correct. It's got a banana note, and it is higher than 5.
That's impossible to guess.
Oh, absolutely impossible. Is it a
Belgian?
I think she can get closer than y'all.
Is it a Belgian of some kind?
I can't tell you that until you complete your answer. But if you would like, I could write down a Belgian.
Belgian.
Yeah, Belgian.
What do you
Belgian?
think?
All right. A Belgian what?
I said it was astringent, but I felt like it didn't hit with the alcohol. And he said we were all low in ABV, and your highest was what?
5.7.
5.7. So we were all low.
I'm gonna go 6.2, maybe. So nervous.
Well, there's no hint here.
Well, you already won.
It's like trying to go off his little facial impressions with everything that he's making over there while she's reading it off.
Yeah.
I
can't. I'm just trying to read the can.
IBUs, this is a pure shot in the dark because even when we guess this, sometimes we can't find it. IBUs are literally made by the brewer.
Sure.
It's the bitterness unit. It's usually between 1 and 100. We've seen up to like 120. But what do you think? What do you think the IBUs on this might be for a Belgian at 6.2?
What were the other guesses?
I've got a 35, a 10, and a 20.
I'll say. What were the guesses? Sorry, 30. What? 35.
35 is the high and 10 is the low.
I'm gonna go 18.
That's a good guess considering I just saw the answer. All right. So I admit we kind of gave her some hints here, but this is her first time on the game. I still say that she would come in as the winner here because it is a Belgian triple. This is Golden
I almost
Monkey.
said it. Wow.
So I don't know if you've ever had Golden Monkey, but they also have a Sour Monkey version that's pretty good. But this is a 9.5%er. So it's a Belgian triple at 9.5, Golden Monkey, and the IBUs are 25. The closest without going over was Dennis at 20. But yes, I would say that Melissa probably did win that just by the Belgian and the highest without going over an ABV.
It's the only thing I can think of when you say like banana, like it gives off some stuff like that,
like the unfermented sugars.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
And it's a It's a dangerous beer to drink because it doesn't taste 9.5.
Well,
if you'd have like 3 of these, you'd be like, I need to call Uber.
And the best way I can describe it though is like it's thick.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I don't know if I could drink 3.
Yeah.
Like by the second one, you're gonna feel a little full.
Yeah, it's heavy. Like sits in your gut. It's like a Budweiser, like with the rice fermentation and all that. Like it's real heavy in the gut.
You have banana and clove, not cilantro.
Yeah.
So there is banana.
Saying cilantro because it's funny to say cilantro instead of cilantro.
So there is banana in that.
There's notes of banana and clove. I don't know if there's banana in it or if that's just again the sugars. But
I was so confused. I was like, what's gonna give like coriander on the front and banana and olives on the back? I was like, I think they're just playing a joke on me. There's not a beer over there. I think.
Oh well, don't worry. There have been like
there's been some
sparkling waters.
What was like the black hole one that we drank?
Oh
my god, it tastes like toothpaste.
Yeah, no, it was like
that was terrible.
No, wait, wasn't that one of those Jones's sodas?
No. The ranch soda was like the Jones.
Well, we had ranch, we had bacon, we had
none of the
sweet corn.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I think the sweet corn was probably the best out of them all.
What do you think best? I mean,
they were terrible, but that was like the easiest one.
No, that was the worst. That was the only one I couldn't drink. Everything else I was like, fuck it, I'll drink it.
So, but at the same time, Melissa, you have to realize that Jason also does like to play tricks and everything. He put liquid death in there the one time.
It's a sparkling water.
Yeah.
There's no alcohol in it whatsoever.
So, kitchen pet peeves.
Oh yeah.
It's like everybody here has worked.
Did you put the slicer back in? Totally.
Everybody here has worked.
Did you clean the slicer?
Industry. Right.
Well, did you sharpen the slicer?
How about did you clean both sides of the blade on the slicer?
There you go.
Well, like, did you leave
sides.
little bits behind?
I will admit, no matter how much you go with a toothpick, you can never really get like that.
Well, without losing a finger?
No, like like the back of the blade, like right where the guard runs the edge of the blade. Like,
so I use a base paper.
Even with a towel, you get the towel in there. Like I've cut towels to pieces. Don't give a shit. You still can't get the thing.
Yeah, you can.
You do your best. Do your best.
Every day.
You just gotta try.
What are you guys using the slicer for at the butcher shop?
It depends, because we got 3 different slicers. We have one for the red meat and everything like that. And then we've got one that we use for slicing like turkey bacon or even like chicken breast, like when people want it like paper thin and everything. Then we also have our deli slicer that we slice the country ham and certain lunch meats that we do actually have and everything. But yeah, like, trust me, you gotta get them motherfuckers.
Melissa, biggest pet peeve.
Biggest pet peeve: somebody walks past a spill and doesn't pick it up, even if they didn't do it. Those 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Knives hanging off the counters, like if you put a knife down and the blade or the handle.
Yeah, any situation, right? Like a dirty towel laying on a counter, a spill, something dropped on the floor, a knife is sticking the wrong way. But if you're the second person that walks past it and doesn't say anything about it, you're worse. You're worse than the guy that did it. You're worse than the guy that did it.
That is steep punishment.
Mise en place, Dooley.
Dooley, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Cutting off
here.
of a cane cutting board.
Dropping fries.
Huh?
No, that's our pet peeve for Dooley.
Yeah, y'all said my pet peeve, not y'all fucking pet peeves. Cutting with any knives off the cutting board.
Like not on a cutting board, like straight on.
Like on a plate or a counter.
Cut this really fucking quick
grill.
plate.
People cutting on the grill.
Anywhere off the cutting board. Like if you touch my knife, I'm kicking you. Like I had my one. We just did we had like the 60 wraps that we had to make yesterday for this group. The girl that was wrapping the the wraps and everything yesterday, she took my knife. She was like, "Here you go. Like there's your knife. Like cut them." I'm like, "Cut them where?" And I was like, "Where?" And she's like, "Right there." I'm like, "You're wrapping on the cutting board.
Did you want to cut on the table?
you want me to cut with my fucking knife on the cut?" I was like, "No, give me the fucking cutting board. You wrap on the table and then give me the fucking shit. I'll cut on cutting board." I've had it happen so many times. Our aunt.
Okay.
He took homeboy's knife from the $25,000 party that we had.
Mm-hmm.
I took his personal chef knife and he cut something on the table with his personal.
I just don't understand why people would ever want to cut anything like on a stainless steel table. Like it like hurts my teeth. Like
me,
I feel that in my soul.
It's against my religion. Okay, it's against my religion to do that, which is the religion of food. You cut on a cutting board because that is what it's for.
It's in the name.
Yeah, right. Like, there you go.
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel like you've got strawberries or some cantaloupes or something. You can fruit ninja it if you really feel like it.
Throw it in the fruit ninja.
I thought you were about to
throw it up in the air.
With a scimitar? Like, what kitchen are you in?
It's the food truck. It's perfectly fine. There's no space. There's no safety. We just roll hot all day.
What food religion? Chapel. The preacher just pulls out
what Jason and Alex like to call money is when Alex throws something to Jason. Jason just has a knife and it's like money.
That's how we cut cheese.
That's our signal for like tossing shit down the line. Money means like there's money in the air, food in the air, like money.
Dude, anytime I've ever been on a food truck, when y'all say money, I literally lean forward anywhere I am.
As long as you're not leaning into the throw, that's great. Because if the block of cheese flies past your face,
once I put my face like damn.
It's 23 feet from one end of the truck to the other end of the kitchen part. So the truck is 27 feet.
18. Oh no, you're right. It's 5.
Yeah. So there's 23 feet of kitchen, like cooking line. And if I need cheese, he's 23 feet away from me, so he just throws me cheese, like 23 feet down the line.
It's like you're at the Pike's Fish Market all the time, and you're like you could be smacked in the face with a salmon.
Like when you say cheese pass, it's really a pass.
I still remember one time we were at the Baptist church, and Alex called money, and I had fries down in the fryer. Yes, I did have them down. Yes, I did. Yes, I had them down.
We had it done twice.
I'm gonna make a joke out of it. Jason thought, and I leaned down so far, I almost have my face like in the fryer basket.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Worth on the food truck when they make fun of me.
I can get workman's comp like this. I totally get the day off.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
Burning oil, face burn. I'm happy. Let's go.
I think that's insurance fraud. You're like, I'm just gonna take the day off for workman's comp.
See what happened was.
I accidentally.
See, what had happened was they called money. So I instinctively went forward and burnt my face. So
they're not gonna buy it. They're not gonna pay out.
My biggest pet peeve is dirty handles.
Sticky cabinet handles and
I've picked up a knife that somebody was cutting chocolate cake with, and the entire handle was covered in chocolate. And I don't know how.
Fired.
I don't know how.
We're not even in discussion terms anymore.
How did you get both hands dirty when
they
one
know
is holding the knife?
Which side of the knife to use, right?
I worked at a place where I found a maraschino cherry that had cherry tomatoes floating in, like the in the I don't know what.
Well, they both have cherry in the name. You got to give them a little.
I think you need to clarify because the same person who did this would also just wrap random shit.
Saran wrap knives, saran wrap paper towels,
just saran wrap
like plastic wrap, the weirdest shit, like a plate.
Glad we're keeping that fresh, guys.
Yeah, I would go.
Just the plate too, not like anything on it, just the plate.
The best one though was the hotel pan, the saran wrap with air in it.
Yeah,
and
that's
dated,
right.
And it was dated.
Saran wrap, brand new, not like somebody took something out of the pan, like a hotel pan. Like it's not like they took something out of it and then they put the saran wrap back down.
Oh.
No, it was completely like brand new wrap and dated. It was just empty.
Update.
That's some fresh air, man.
The freshest of air. We even put it in the refrigerator.
You got a same concept. You got a new one?
Yeah. Someone saran wrapped deli containers.
The same someone I just need.
Like a Chinese quart container. Yeah.
Saran wrapped it. There's nothing in it.
Did it have a lid on it?
They come with a lid.
No.
Yeah. Did it have a lid on it?
No.
No.
So they just saran wrap
just a deli container.
Why?
I asked myself these questions. They used to be part of the podcast, like in the earlier days when Dooley and I worked together in a hotel, and it was like, guess what? We found Saran wrap this week.
Yeah,
like,
it happened enough that it was a topic every week.
Yeah,
like that wasn't
we found like 7 paring knives Saran wrapped together. So then we unsaran wrapped them all because we had to count. I don't know why. And it's like the blue Cisco handle. Like, the cheap ones that are like $1.50. And like, so there was like 7 of them Saran wrapped together. So we cut it open. And then like the next week we found each one of them individually wrapped.
They all had baby knives.
They had individually wrapped paring knives, like in different drawers and cabinets.
If you put them all together, though, like that's a hell of a prison shiv. Like you could take a man down.
Why you would Saran wrap just the blade? Well, because we're letting the kids.
Yes, if you're first off, you shouldn't put a knife in a drawer.
Yes.
And if you are going to put 7 knives in a drawer, you might as well Saran wrap the shit out of them.
Well, I'm Saran wrapping the blades because we had the school help thing.
Oh, okay.
I can understand that.
They had their own box.
All right, I got one.
That was the other thing.
Slightly new topic, not new topic, but new position. Pet peeves. 2 minutes. How long?
How long is the kitchen? 2 minutes?
Yeah, like I feel like
it could be anything. It's like a rift in the time-space continuum.
2 minutes? Yeah. 2 minutes could mean 30 seconds, or 2 minutes could mean like, oh shit, it just went down.
Yeah.
Should I leave?
15 minutes.
Should I just leave this so I just don't have to hear what y'all gonna say?
Because we like to say it to your face, Dooley.
I know you do.
You have to listen to the way it's said, right? If somebody goes like working hard 2 minutes, okay, it's probably gonna come within 2 minutes. But if somebody says 2 minutes, you're like, yeah, I heard you forgot to drop it.
Yep. Dooley. Hey, you know Dooley.
They're digging in the refrigerator. 2 minutes, chef. Like
I just feel like it's way worse. Like as a chef or even as a cook, like if I say how long, just tell me like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like 6 minutes. Yeah. Like, don't tell me 2 because
my bad. My bad.
Like, honestly, I've been saying like, you know, like it's not gonna come back in 3 minutes. But sometimes I'm starting to say like real time 5.
2 minutes, real time 5 minutes.
I feel like we deal with this with customers. We tell them 15, they come back in 5. So if you tell somebody 2, they're back in a minute.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean?
The difference between the temperature and the wind chill.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. You can tell somebody if you tell somebody 5 minutes, they will walk away. But if you tell someone 15 minutes, they will stand there.
7.5 minutes. You gotta be more specific.
Oh, I'm very specific.
Split the difference.
It doesn't matter.
You are very specific.
It doesn't matter. They still like 5 minutes.
But then sometimes I feel like you're just pushing the limits of physics, and you're like, come back in 6 minutes. I haven't even like opened up like anything yet. Like I didn't even put bread. I haven't got the bread out.
Like another pet peeve of mine is actually when you tell a server like go just. Like, pretty much stay here. Like, I'm literally about to plate it right now. Like,
dude,
I've made the pasta. The chicken is cooked. All I gotta do is cut it.
We're combining it onto the eating surface.
Julie, did you tell him 2 minutes?
No, I told him fucking.
Stay right there.
Don't move. Don't move.
I told him 15 seconds, and then they walk away.
That's because your 2 minutes is way off. It's just like how big is 8 inches? Everybody lies about it. You know?
Oh.
Stop commentating.
How big is that knife? 8 inches.
Like I worked in a restaurant where they.
Well, that's why women have poor depth perception when they drive. But like, okay,
it's why they can't parallel park. We get it. It's fine.
Just saying.
I worked in a restaurant that they did an experiment, and they had everyone close their eyes and raise their hand what they thought 1 minute was. And so everyone, like, you know, they all sit there and like you're using this experiment and like realizing that like in the guest perception, like of what you tell them 1 minute actually is. And people are raising their hand after like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like you're not even trying to count. Like
you're
not even
doing it. You were literally sitting there. Like
you're
not running around.
Raise your hand. Like raise your hand when you think 1 minute has passed. And like it was crazy. Like no one made it the full minute. And you're just like watching people like just raise their hands. Like guys, like
it's been like 12 seconds.
They really
calm down, Julie.
But I mean, like 10 seconds in a kitchen is a long time. Like when you're trying to get caught up. Like when you're behind on tickets, like that 10 seconds, like hold for 10 seconds, man. We can get a lot of shit accomplished and like shit on plates in 10 seconds.
Just like what homie said.
I mean, just tell them to come back in a hot pocket. Everybody knows how long that takes.
You can come back in a ramen, okay?
Right.
Be right back.
Come back in a hot pocket. I'll have it ready for you.
I'm gonna start using
2 hot pockets.
It's
I'm
fantastic.
gonna start telling y'all that.
Yeah, but when you put 2 hot pockets in the microwave at the same time, you got to double up.
So I have a question. When you eat ramen, do you expect there to be some kind of broth?
Yes.
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 That seems
It-
reasonable, correct?
It is the soup.
I went to a reasonably high priced restaurant this past weekend. Valentine's Day. It was
Oh
Valentine's Day.
shit! Good job.
And
You took her to ramen.
no.
You didn't take her to Jared, but you took her to ramen.
I took her to Orion's Roof.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fancy around here.
Local reference. Is it fancy?
Yeah,
And
it's
I
fancy.
did not.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I'll put it to you like this. My drink was $24.
Dang.
One drink.
Wow.
It's on the roof of a hotel.
It is. It's on like the.
Did the drink wash your
WS4
car
or
for
something.
you?
No.
Did you have to validate?
It did come in a bikini though. It was nice. So,
Okay, then.
no, the ramen came brothless.
See,
I'm
now
a ramen fan, and I didn't finish it. Like,
We gotta
I was
call-
literally just like, nope.
I feel like we gotta
How
call
much is
big.
the
We
ramen?
gotta call Big Dave, and we gotta verify it. That could have been a mistake.
How much is the ramen?
Yeah, but he was there. He should
The
know the
ramen was
menu.
only like $14, $18. Like it wasn't. It was
Your
not super
drink was
expensive.
more than your meal.
Oh, my drink was like double my meal.
Okay, was it fancy though? Did it have like the
Smoked
little?
old fashioned. Are you talking about the ramen?
I'm talking about. I'm on the ramen, dude.
I'm more impressed with the drink.
So
Oh, was the drink worth $24?
I want to hear about this dry ass
was
ramen.
it burned?
Come on.
Was
Did-
it?
That's what I'm trying to get.
Did it have a
Now
fish cake?
ramen.
Did it have
Yeah,
your
I got-
seaweed? Right, so fish cake, your seaweed, your hard-boiled or soft hard-boiled egg. Did it have your?
And when you say rice cake, I want the pink spiral
Yeah,
in the.
pink
Yeah,
cake.
I want the fish cake one. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're
Nothing?
talking minimalist here.
Oh.
Well, like the
Dude,
that's
like
why
the
they didn't
noodles,
give you the
we had
broth.
we had the noodles, we had the sprouts, we had like
That's
almost like a chicken bread, if that makes any type of sense. It was like a glazed chicken bread. It's the best way I could describe it. I'm sure if I had read the menu more and paid more attention, I would have read.
I feel
more,
like you're
but
just
again,
putting-
you were $40 in a beverage and ramen.
I feel like you're just putting words together right now.
I'm surprised that, like, again, how do you get a brothless ramen?
Or
Like,
maybe the
that's-
chicken.
menu was just putting words together like, oh, ramen, we like this word.
Chicken
Like-
bread.
chicken bread.
It was like best way I could describe it is a glazed chicken.
So
bread.
it was like, were the noodles correct?
The noodles were correct,
Okay.
but again, just brothless. Like, how do you? That's just like.
Were they-
I mean, like no broth. Like
See,
They weren't dressed even
No,
or no.
like-
See, what I'm feeling is like a server went through and grabbed your food, and the expo was probably supposed to broth that bitch at the last.
Maybe
minute.
there was like a
Where it went
pitcher. Yeah. Or
I,
like a
maybe,
ladle.
but that would have made a difference. Like literally, halfway
because
through,
like
I was just
you know,
kinda
it's like
done.
set up on the table and like, all right, man, like we're waiting for the other plate that goes with this. Well, we got to hit it with that hot broth before it goes out, and then the expo turned their back and server like walked by, saw their plates, and was like, "Boop," and, like took them.
My food.
That's
Yeah, right?
that's also one of my huge pet peeves. Please don't grab anything out of the window until I tell you can take it.
The appetizer was good. It was like a steamed dumpling bread. You know what I mean? Like that was good.
Steamed dumpling bread with nothing in it.
No, it had some.
It was like, so it was a steamed dumpling.
Like a bun.
They call it a bao bun.
Bao bun.
Okay.
Bao
Yeah.
bun.
Yeah.
No. I'm
It's
just
like
trying to, layman terms, steamed dumpling probably more.
Is this place
acceptable.
authentic?
Sir, this
Like-
is the food for thought, Cat. It is a bao bun.
we
If
gonna
they
think
don't know
about
what
all of it.
is, they can Google it.
Well, the
They-
bao buns were good.
They gonna
but
learn
the ramen-
today.
The ramen was not. I just again, I'm a ramen fan, and
I
I
mean-
did not finish my ramen.
I mean, Big Dave, the whitest white dude that you know. If you could imagine the whitest white dude you know is red hair.
He turns red when he gets mad.
Yeah, and
Like-
he worked the walk station at that establishment for like 3 years. Like he was on contract.
I'm looking at the menu right now.
Are you so hungry? You're trying to see if it has broth?
That's supposed to look because it might be like what shrimp noodle dish or something like that, but
No,
it's not even on the menu.
When so we're back to menu terms and chicken bread.
I'm gonna
Chicken
find out
bread.
what that was now.
They
I'm
got,
like,
they got chicken pad thai on there, but it was $26.
This place called Orion's.
Orion's Roof.
Orion's Roof.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
again, like
Authentic,
the constellation, Orion.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
great,
okay.
great view.
And
you know,
tofu.
great view.
It's
They
like
do that
authentic,
so
like,
in Virginia Beach. They do that a lot. They like to put restaurants on the roof of hotels that are on the ocean front. Obviously,
Did it have peanuts?
it's like
Isla Capri is on the 6th floor.
Oh, no wonder I didn't know what was in it because it's the chef's special ramen and it's seasonal and daily selection.
Seasonal.
The selection was not to give your ass any broth.
At least they didn't say ours has.
He just wanted to give you lo
It's on the
mein.
lunch menu. That's why you can't buy it.
Okay.
It's on
That
lunch.
he was like lo mein. That's all it is. Lo mein.
I mean, like again, like it had the egg, it had the seaweed, and it had maybe 2 other things, but like no broth. Like what? I could have survived without any of the. You could have given me noodles and broth, and I probably would have been happy. And you fucked that up.
Happier.
What?
That's do your pickles bounce? That is a legitimate question. I think in either Pennsylvania or Delaware. I'd have to look that up right now. But one of them, literally, it is not a pickle if it doesn't bounce. So you said you made homemade pickles. Do they bounce? I need to know if your pickles bounce. Lady.
He's gonna go to work tomorrow. He's gonna start slapping pickles on the counter.
What are you doing?
Sous chef walking by like,
what's going on? They do not bounce.
Oh
no, because they stick to shit. Like you slap that bitch on the wall, guess what? It's on the wall.
That's old cucumbers, all right?
Melissa, I guess you're going into work tomorrow, and then your sous chef comes in, and you're bouncing pickles off the wall, and then they're like, she needs to have a vacation. She needs to get the fuck off of work.
It's Connecticut, by the way.
Connecticut.
The
Okay, so
pickle must rebound if dropped to be officially considered a true pickle.
why did you choose brioche?
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's what I was talking about. Like, that's a menu word for him.
I did not, but
there it is.
The people that made the menu, I guess they just thought it was the best choice.
Okay.
I don't mind a good brioche bun, but I I prefer like a jalapeno cheddar sourdough. Like I just like something different.
Like because like our burger on the truck, which we are very proud of, we use a pandasol, which is a Filipino red.
Yeah,
it is kind of sweet, but nowhere near as sweet as the brioche.
It's kind of like bolillo bread, right?
Yeah, very close.
Yeah. Jason's a big fan of if I want to eat a brioche, I'd have a donut.
I just feel like
it's not like a cruller though. It's close though.
It's in that line.
It's very rich and eggy. Yeah, I see that. I totally see that.
But like our burger, like so when we blend our burger and it is chuck, ribeye, and bacon.
And
it
sounds so good.
Yeah, and if we flat top, I think that's the way to go.
Get that good char on there.
And a lot of places I've worked have always been like char grilled burgers, and they have a flat top sitting right next to the char grill. And I don't know why we're not flat topping these burgers.
Flat top definition on the char grill. That we get little lines.
I had Burger King for the first time in forever the other day.
I love it.
It's actually pretty fucking good.
I had Hardee's today. And just because it was in the parking lot of the grocery store I was buying beer at, and
you got a burger?
I got the burger.
They're disappointing,
dude. All right, so my burger tastes like fish.
Oh God!
And I don't know how.
They don't have fish. Yeah,
they do have fish. They do have fish. And I drove by and like I was getting in, there was no line. I'm lying. I was like, I'm getting in line. No, I'm not. I'm driving up to the drive-thru because there is no one.
Was it the one in front of Aldi's?
Yeah,
Lidl. Yeah, Lidl. That one.
Yeah, it's like the slowest place in the world, right? So I pull up. I'm like, this is gonna be quick. It was not quick, and only one side of the burger was cooked.
They were shit.
So one side was brown, the other side was gray. It had a very distinct, but as I looked at the window, they were doing a 2 for $6 fish sandwich. I get it. It's almost lamp. Everybody's going to have a fish sandwich. Anyway, I ordered the chicken sandwich. And in the back of my mind, I was like, these are going to taste like fish. I fucking know it. Because they're running a special and they're probably using both.
Yep.
They're just throwing fish in whatever fryer is available.
But we've been wanting to try that chicken.
Panko breaded pollock. Yum.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm really used to fish.
So I don't know how the burger ended up tasting like fish, but it had like a background of fish. And
That's so gross.
Because they totally put fish on your bun.
And then the fried chicken definitely had like the hint of filet of fish going on, like, and I know it's because like you're cooking fish in that fryer and then you're throwing like your chicken and like I did not order French fries from that establishment because I could only imagine what those are going to taste like, and I hate fish sticks.
Fish fries.
Every time they do a fish sandwich, no one ever comes out with like a spicy fish sandwich.
I mean, pitch it to Wendy's.
Y'all want to do fish? We can do fish.
I do not want to do fish. We only have 2 fryers, and one is for meat and one is for French fries.
We got you the fire sauce fish sandwich.
Just saying, like,
and then your chicken comes out tasting like shit.
If everybody else,
we're gonna move this microphone closer to your face,
right? You want to talk? You don't have to speak into the microphone.
Producer's gonna get in on it.
Talking to the mic. I got a backup mic right here.
Like, what about this Daddy game?
There's been little to no invention brought to any of the fried fish sandwiches over the years. They're the same.
I think. Yeah, everybody.
They're all the same. They're all tartar. Like it's like tartar.
I'm with you though. They can use Wendy's could use the spicy chicken breader to make fish. Obviously, don't bread your chicken in the same breader.
I mean, I just feel like
I don't feel like that's coming frozen anyway.
Like they come up with sauces for fucking everything. Can you at least like put a spin on tartar? Like,
Well,
I like tartar.
I don't know, make it different. You know,
We call it charter.
Jason, why are you not on the marketing team?
They've missed a huge
Y'all heard it
opportunity.
harder.
Right. So, Melissa, have you done? Do you do fast food at all? Have you done any fast food recently?
Eaten it or worked at one?
Eating it. No,
I like the.
I mean, either way, like
So we went to go see Ant-Man the other night, my brother and I, and it was just about that time when we were getting out of the movie, and we'd had a couple beers, and it was like, it's Jack in the Box time. Let's go. And
nice.
Have those. You don't have those? Yeah, we don't have Hardee's here.
I think we have one, but it's like
you got Carl's Jr., right?
Not in Texas. Not where I am. Not in North Texas. Nope. But I've had Carl's Jr. in Georgia.
No Carl's Jr. from the West and no Hardee's coming from the South.
And then it's like we have very defined lines.
Whataburger.
It took forever for In-N-Out to get here, and then we have Whataburger. So, but yeah, we went to Jack in the Box, and I had an egg roll and some tacos at like midnight. It was awful. But you don't go to Jack in the Box till you end up there. Like it's not the goal is not to go there, but yeah.
It's like I need some tacos at 3:00 in the morning. The Taco Bell line was too long, but I really need that Jack in the Box with the American slice taco.
Right. I've given up my life. You know, I've given up on my life. And this is what I need now. This is what I think. So you're talking about the fish flavor on your burgers. Like this is what I think is hilarious. The Chick-fil-A is going to come out with this cauliflower alternative.
No.
Right? Have you seen this?
You got off
No,
cauliflower bullshit.
The producer got up at the wrong time. Took the headphones off, started to walk away. You mentioned Chick-fil-A and cauliflower. That's like a double whammy.
It was like
Jason's eating cauliflower burgers. Jason's eating cauliflower burgers.
No, I'm not.
So I guess my thing with that though is the people are going to come through. They're going to be like, I'm a vegan or whatever, and I'm like, dude, they're frying it in the same fryers.
It's just like the Impossible Burger.
Right. Yeah, the
McPlant.
Like it's going on the same grill. And that's what cracks me up about the Impossible Whopper is like you put mayonnaise and cheese on it. Stop it. You know?
Yeah. Actually the Whopper I don't think comes with cheese. You gotta add that.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
But mayonnaise is definitely there. But that's eggs.
Is it sad that I never order any of the staples from like any of the chain?
So you went to Burger King. What'd you get?
The triple stack, which was great, and then they had like the Bacon King, also pretty fucking good. Again, haven't had a charbroiled burger in a while. Maybe that's what it was, but I was surprised. I am not a Burger King fan in general. Like I'm actually kind of anti-Burger King, and I was like, try it out. Fucking killing it, Burger King. Good job.
Yeah, I know.
The zesty sauce for them.
See, I think their onion rings are garbage.
Well, onion rings are garbage.
I think their onion rings are garbage. I like Sonic's onion rings. They actually bread them in house.
Well, yeah, they do that fresh every day. That's
when was the last time anybody went to McDonald's and got a Big Mac?
I haven't been to McDonald's all my life.
Probably 10 years ago.
The last time I went to,
I never ordered the staples. Like I never get their signature.
I digress. The last time I had a Big Mac from McDonald's is because there was a thing on the app. If you got it delivered, a Big Mac was like $1. And so
you get one for $1.
I don't know. Like, no, it was like if you just place an order through the app, it was like, no, it wasn't even delivery. If you just picked it up in the drive-thru. So you like go across the street, put in your order, Big Mac for $1. I just added it to the order. And then we came home and like, it is not as big as I remember it being. It's like tiny. It's like the regular size of their regular burger. And they just give you two, so I could just eat two.
Show details.
Are you sure you weren't holding it in front of your rearview mirror? I'm just saying.
It's like maybe I just got bigger, But I remember as a child, a Big Mac being a big sandwich.
Who sent me the broccoli? Jason, were you the one that sent me the broccoli story? to my Instagram about being a giant and eating tiny trees.
Yeah,
you have me every single time I eat it going, I'm a giant. Yeah, it's like,
well,
and
that's
so
how my dad got
maybe
me
it's
eat broccoli when I was a kid.
And maybe it's like that with a Big Mac and Little Debbie's. How small are those things getting
right?
over the years?
Those have gotten small.
Well, that's because they started making the large ones too.
Yes, because now they have the big. I think the big ones are the original size. and so it's like, oh, big fudge round.
Reverse engineered that. Yeah, they retconned that.
That segues into
okay, so I didn't tell them where you work because I felt like it was the easiest way to stop anyone from saying where you work.
Yeah, of course.
But it is a fancy establishment.
It's pretty bougie.
We're going away from bougie. So we're going to jump into fast food breakfast.
Let's go.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite fast food breakfast, and what are your thoughts on fast food breakfast in general? Because to be honest, I think it's a realm that they never should have dipped into, but I'm addicted.
You are.
So I think for some people it's necessary, but I think as we move away from commuter culture, it's probably not as necessary, or it's not as much of a niche as it started out to be. My favorite.
The only reason I hit them is because I don't wake up early enough.
Right, and it really annoys me when somewhere doesn't, if they're not serving it all day. Like I have lusted after the Whataburger breakfast tacos forever and ever and ever. I can't ever make it at the right time. And the hours we work, like it never really works out. Yeah, they're delicious. So I'm a sweet and savory fan, 100%, like all out sweet and savory. It's almost in every meal. What I like to do is I like to go to Sonic and get the ultimate breakfast burrito. And I like to take the French toast sticks, open that bad boy up and put them inside with the maple syrup and hot sauce. It's kind of like a chicken and waffles type deal. And then I roll it back up and eat it.
I'm falling in love over here.
I know, it's gross.
I'm anti-chicken and waffles.
Yeah. When we moved to Virginia, be with a
French toast, but I can totally see Alex unwrapping his burrito and shoving more shit inside of it.
Shoving more shit inside of it, maybe. I don't know about the French toast stick.
No, that sounds awesome.
Come on, I fucking complimented.
I didn't say it was classy. I just said it was delicious.
I complimented the Taco Bell burrito. They're just basic sausage burrito, and I complimented it because of how shitty it was. It is it is the simplest bullshit. It's probably only like $1.50. It's egg, sausage, and cheese wrapped in a tortilla.
See, I don't know that you can produce that at your house for $1.50 though, realistically, right? Like, and that's where I feel like, yeah.
But the cheese was like a cheese sauce.
It was very melty. But here's the thing: like I got the grande version, which was just a larger version, and I think that they just tried to put whatever they had in it. So it was like, oh, add some tomatoes and some cubed potatoes, and what
you're saying is it's basically a best Philly where we just what do we have on the truck? Throw it in there.
Ours turned out good.
Yeah, that is true.
Like
that's my. Go ahead. Sorry.
We charge a premium because our food's good. I feel like Taco Bell doesn't because it's not. But I mean, that going into it.
Fucking bean.
Look,
have you ever been to Taco Bell?
I will insult Taco Bell. I will eat Taco Bell, but I will insult Taco Bell.
No, I
complimented them on their shittiness. That is literally where I'm at.
I love Taco Bell at a certain inebriation point.
That's
normally not a breakfast. Normally not a breakfast.
It has
tried their breakfast once.
It definitely has its purpose, but I also feel like Taco Bell has a really unique strategy for how they come up with menu items. So they go, like, we have these numbers and we need the next number. So like we need a number 11. So we're going to take the number 1, wrap it in the number 4, put chili on it. And we're going to stick it inside the number 6. Like that's how it happens. And I'm like, that's genius. Your genius is.
See, it's not even like, okay, so
that's how
Dennis said it's
cheesy. That is how you get the cheesy.
Look at their menu though. Like that's how they're doing it.
It is literally like a high line cook who is like, I'm going on lunch and just mix some shit, and that's how it becomes part of their menu.
What's a Mexican pizza? I took nachos and put it in between 2 tacos.
Oh well, they're flat tacos.
Flat tacos.
They're open face flat tacos.
Open face sandwich is not a sandwich.
It's not a sandwich.
2 pieces of bread.
No.
An open face.
Where?
Hey,
where do you stand?
What?
Are you going to go for the hot dog? You're going.
I gotta ask the question. Where do you stand on the hot dog?
Is hot dog a sandwich? That's what I'm asking.
I'm out of this category.
I don't think a hot dog's a sandwich.
Why?
because I think
I need reasons.
Because I think the sandwich, because it's literally open face, and we have the weenies like facing up, and you put all the crap on top of it. Like, and it's, and you're talking about
in every direction. It's
that's I don't consider. Oh my god, I don't consider a wrap a sandwich either. So if the bun is one piece, it's not two pieces.
So then a hoagie, a po' boy, a cheesesteak, none of those are sandwiches either because they're all in basically the same vessel.
A po' boy is totally a sandwich.
It's not by
it can't be a sandwich if the bread is not disconnected, basically.
The hinge,
if
the hinge is important to the whole.
You don't cut through the hinge.
Never.
On a hot dog or a hoagie?
No, like a hoagie or a grinder.
No. Why would you cut through the hinge? I'm starting to question if I even want to continue this conversation. like, there's literally like terms that like I will hand like Alex a sandwich and be like, this one has a questionable hinge. This one has no hinge. Like when we're talking cheesesteaks, like if the hinge is failing, I have to let him know because he's going to put more things in here.
Yeah.
And he's wrapping it. So he needs to know, the delicate nature.
This is a failing sandwich. Yeah. This sandwich is good.
Like, and we have to keep switching. Like we were using like Amorosa, which is like the I'm going to call him out because it was like it is the echelon of what everyone uses for a Philly cheesesteak. Mm-hmm. It's a hearth baked bun.
Used to be,
but post COVID, their quality just diminished, and it's just something that we couldn't get around. We wanted to use them.
When you when you buy a bun and it's literally looking like a top split hot dog bun and it's not supposed to,
or it looks like your shoe sole came off and you got like the
and it's talking,
and like that's how the bread was coming, cut and everything. So then we started ordering. Like, we'll just get them uncut. We'll cut them ourselves, and then the sorry, I don't know.
Yeah. We paid for that.
Yeah, we paid for street sweepers.
They were not
They've never come.
No,
I was expecting. I can get behind like the bus backing up. Beep, beep, beep.
Like the Jets we're used to. Yeah, what the fuck is that?
That's a new one.
Probably somebody trying to move the boat out of the other.
Yeah, I know. And I was really hoping we get some jet noise, for the podcast. Yeah, little freedom. No, where was that? Oh, in the bread. So it just became too inconsistent. Like the tops would be scored straight down. They'd be scored 3 times diagonally. They wouldn't be scored at all. Like the bread was just like coming in, like some would be 6 inches, some would be 10 inches, some would be 8. So we just had to switch bread companies altogether. Like it's just like, and it's the small things like that I think fast food misses on. But I feel like they have quality control that they are. But like in our world, like the small things of trying to have the bread consistent for our sandwiches that we're producing, like it's very important, and like we're constantly on the hunt. We went through I don't know how many different styles of.
We just tried any bread this past week.
Yeah, how many different styles of shaved ribeye did we go through before we just landed on the one that we just consistently use now? Like,
yeah, I totally get that, and I think that's why people eat out. It's in theory it really needs to be better than what you could make yourself to justify you spending the money on it. And that's why it takes people like you guys, making sure everything's consistent and like paying attention to the quality, Hold
on. The street sweeper's coming back around. Can you hear that?
Like really faintly, but I thought it was maybe like a microphone noise.
No, it's definitely like just cleaning the streets.
On our end, you can definitely hear.
You can send them over here. My neighborhood has some of the dirtiest streets. I don't even know. Dallas County has a street sweeper. I know we don't have
you don't have the driving Ford.
I know we don't have a snowplow. That's for sure. But
I don't envy you on your cost of living. I'm sure, but I will admit Dallas is pretty at night.
Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
But do you want to be out there at night?
Yeah, it depends on where you're at.
It actually looks really good.
Oh yeah, if we're driving through, passing through on the interstate,
don't get out of the car.
Okay, I didn't say that. I said driving through.
I did.
That sounds like my old neighborhood. It's good on McPherson Rocks.
That's like Atlanta. No matter what time you're going through there, just like what happened, I'm in the wrong spot now. I need to continue.
Doors locked.
Oh, yeah.
Doors locked. Don't stop for that red light. No stopping for that.
Forever on drop shit.
Dude, I
100%.
found that out driving through Atlanta, going to Texas.
Oh, but did you go on the Beltway? Like, so it's like the NASCAR track that goes around the outside.
No, I had to get gas, and then
you went. Oh, you never get off the track, bro.
dude, I had like fucking 40 more miles. There's no way of getting gas after that shit.
Man, you run out of gas on the Beltway, and you wait for the emergency vehicle to come give you a couple gallons so you can get out.
I'm pretty sure I told all y'all, Melissa. I don't know if you heard about it or anything on the podcast, but like when I came back from my road trip to Texas, there's a crackhead that just kind of stood at our windows, like,
Yeah,
ding,
yeah.
ding, ding. Y'all got a cigarette? No. While we're smoking a cigarette. Nope.
Nope.
They ain't got shit for you. Can this light turn fucking green?
Yeah.
So
you're go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You guys were talking about Atlanta, and on one of the previous, I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago, you said that you guys didn't try the varsity, whoever it was that went out there, because you couldn't find it.
Yes.
So has anybody actually had
Atlanta.
it, or okay, go ahead.
I did not I did not find the varsity, so I have not had it.
Man,
Are you a fan?
No, I haven't had it either. Every time I've ever been in Atlanta, it's just been in the airport, like to connect.
Atlanta, yes. There's always a connection there, and always a fucking LA.
I will admit, the only time I've really eaten in Atlanta is in the airport as well. But one flew over the cuckoo's nest, I think is what it is. One flew over, something like that. Oh, it's a top rated spot.
In the airport.
Fucking worth it.
Really?
The
Great.
only time I've been in Atlanta is when a crackhead was trying to fucking attack us for a cigarette.
like the biggest thing I remember.
That's not like a normal day though. So
I went to some Viking burger
Hold on, real quick.
in.
You think anybody around Dooley is fried? He can't get fries. Continue.
I'm gonna
I went to a Viking
verbally
restaurant,
abuse you.
Viking burger,
Sure.
in Atlanta. But like my biggest, like I was there for work, and like so I had minimal free time to kind of explore. But I did make it to the Coke Museum, and
That's cool.
Coke.
You know which kind. Get back on the rails.
The CIA distributed 6 million kilos of cocaine.
The cool thing is the Coke Museum is free.
Well,
and then you go.
The first time's always free.
Surprising.
First time's free.
The first time's always free.
Don't do too much, because we want you
Just-
to come back.
Just
But
say
the
no,
best-
kids.
The best part is at the end. I mean, because you get to walk through and you get to see like all of the Olympic torches and all that crap. But at the end, they have like the fountain machine that has like all the weird shit from all over the globe, like watermelon Coke from
Are you
Japan.
talking about like the original Coke that has cocaine inside the Coke?
Yeah, they have that there too. It's on tap, dude. Just
He's so excited right now. Yeah.
You're gonna have to delete this whole part.
I'm deleting nothing. It's all or nothing.
Coke doesn't sponsor us, and if it did, it would probably be cocaine.
It is restaurant industry.
Who sponsors you? Coke? A cola? No.
Coca.
Have you heard of a man named Escobar? Escobar.
Esbar.
His name.
Doing great,
Escobar.
Julie.
Escobar.
Doing great.
I've had some beers.
How long on the fries?
Oh,
2 minutes. Hey. I couldn't resist.
that was
He gets
great.
4 for
That was
that.
great.
She's definitely member T fashion though.
Why don't you just move on down here?
Oh, yeah.
You can just replace Dooley.
I cannot wait to come try the food truck sometime. I'm going to make it over there. I don't even make it to that coast very often, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a labor of love. Like, honestly, like everything we do is like scratch, and it's
Love it.
early mornings, like we're 2-3 hours before the food truck opens, we're prepping, and then we go out and we work all day, and then 2-3 hours after the truck is closed, we're cleaning. Like it's it's
And honestly,
it is like you go into this business thinking like, oh, I'll make my own hours.
No, being your own boss is 3 times as much work as you ever think it is. Like,
Yeah.
100%.
And Melissa, if you were to come over here and everything like that, see the truck, even if I'm not there, I'll come see you. And just if you don't insult me, then I don't feel like it's a real introduction. Damn
okay,
it,
then.
Dooley, where the fuck?
Damn it, Dooley, where are the fries? You said 2 minutes.
But I mean, like,
you know, other job.
Like like when we looked at it in like the food truck, which Alex and I had this pipe dream going down the road, and then like the way we ended up on the Great Food Truck Race is like clicking on a pop-up ad.
No way, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was actually researching a recipe for like an Indian dish at work.
It was that fucking Thai peanut butter satay.
I can't remember what the recipe was, but like I was on the Food Network page. It's like you click on recipes and go down, and like you start scrolling through like 100 like recipe ideas, and like what recipe do I have these ingredients like, and then like a pop-up ad just like came up like on the Food Network page, and it was like, now casting for the Great Food Truck Race. I was like, that sounds like fun. Click, and like I clicked on it, and it's like, answer these 3 quick questions, and then so I just answered them and like forgot about it.
4 weeks later, they sent me a fucking email.
No, it was like 4 months later. I don't know. Like it was just like I was randomly just like clearing out my email box. Like I was actually like on my way to the bathroom. My wife is sitting on the couch, and I'm just like, delete, just like scrolling through, like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm just gonna delete some more emails in the bathroom, and like I'm like halfway down the hallway, and I get to if you're casting from the Great Food Truck Race, if you're still interested, we need you to fill out this questionnaire. And of course, it was like they sent it in December, and like here we are, January, and I'm actually checking it, and I was like,
oh no,
I gotta get on that. So we spent the night like filling out this questionnaire. It was like 60 questions. I was texting Alex and Dooley, like, I need you to send me this information because I'm filling out like the application in the middle of the night for the Great Food Truck Race.
Yeah.
And so then we send that in, and then I guess a couple more months pass, and I get a phone call at work. My GM was standing next to me, and like my phone rings, and I look at it, and it's like, maybe the Food Network. And I looked at her, and I was like, I got to take this one.
I gotta go.
So I just like walked into an office, and they're like, they set up like a Skype interview. So Alex and Dooley and I were just quick Skype interview. Like you get like 10 seconds, basically. Like it's an interview that takes about 30 minutes. They're going to crimp it down into 10 seconds, and then they're going to run it past all the producers.
Yeah.
And that's how you get selected.
Basically looking for a soundbite, right?
Yeah. And so like
Damn it, Dooley.
Again, like at work,
we tried to get that on.
Show. That's all you need to hear. Damn it, Dooley.
And then like I don't know. I guess it was like 3 weeks later, I get another call at work, and it's late. I mean, I guess it's California time, and because I'm at work, it's like 9:00 at night on the East Coast. And like, who the hell's calling me at 9:00 at night from the Food Network? And then they were like, basically, Dooley needed to delete something from his Instagram. There was something like we had to do like these huge background checks, like they were sent, and so they called and like, is Dooley around? And I was like, he's actually right beside me. Like, well, he needed to go and delete something on Instagram. It was like, if you can go, and he had to like scroll like all the way back till he was like 16 to like
literally to the beginning of my Facebook
and like
or my Instagram.
And so he just had to delete that one picture. I think it was like Bart Simpson smoking weed or something.
No, it was SpongeBob, Squidward, Scooby-Doo, Shaggy smoking weed.
I'm pretty sure I have a whole Facebook they didn't find that would have changed the game.
So they were like, yeah, he deletes that, you guys are in. And it was like super exciting. You know what I mean? Like
that's amazing.
To get to go. But like the rules and stipulations of the race have changed from race to race. Like our race in particular was no one on that race could have ever worked on a food truck.
Huh.
So when we walk onto those food trucks for the first time, quote unquote first time, after we cleaned them,
What's fucked up?
you get there and like we had to chisel like some spilled ranch off the bottom of
like, can you make this camera ready real quick, and then we'll pretend like
we spent an entire day like
cleaning. Last season, dirty, but
it's been sitting here.
Oh my gosh!
There's ranch in the bottom of this refrigerator that hasn't like
now it's
been
sentient.
on. Like no shit. Like I think it was
Yeah.
Alex like chipped it off and it came off in like a whole ranch chip.
It was like a coin.
Yeah.
Like, it was hard.
A
Yeah.
ranch
honestly,
medallion.
Yeah. We should have kept it. We should have like you should be wearing around your neck
Like
right
put
now.
a hole through
honestly,
get a drill bit. And
It could be hanging in the food truck right now, like as an ornament.
Like a Flavor
honestly,
Flav.
honestly, out of
necklace.
all the food trucks, I feel like we cleaned it like how you would like the end of your shift.
To be fair, at the end of every shift on the show, the guy literally came to us and was like, "Are you guys done?" Yes. Okay. Because
there was an inspector.
He saw the way that we cleaned it the
Yeah,
first time.
like we were deep cleaning the truck every
Like
single
people would go up to him and be like, "We're done," and be like, "No."
Yeah.
So when we first cleaned the truck in LA, we didn't have power.
Wow.
So because the generator had broke or whatever, and they were waiting on a part, and so we were just in the dark in LA. No air circulation.
By the way, it was like
balls sweating in the
was
back
like
of the
90
truck, just
it was
scrubbing
like 90
a dirty
degrees.
kitchen
90 degrees.
Yeah.
No, probably more than that.
in a metal box, and like
I got left over.
yeah, we were just like in like you're like everything's dusty because it's just been sitting there for like a year, and you know there's like the film of grease that just touches stainless steel. That's if it's not cleaned daily, and then the dust particulates stick to that grease film. So we're in there cleaning that off, and just to get it because I'm like in my mind like people are going to see your kitchen on
The show.
national TV.
Yeah.
Like, can our kitchen please just be shiny? Like,
yeah.
I know things are going to go awry. It's the way the world is, and it's the way they design these shows.
I will say though, like with the setup of the show, like we were one of the few people on that season that was from a restaurant. There were like 2 or 3 teams from.
Right.
Yeah, I would say
Right.
there was 3 teams on that whole show that physically work in restaurants.
There were some people that were
out of
home
7.
cooks, some people that had never done it. Like,
Right.
Yeah, so
But
when they go to clean a kitchen, they don't know what they're doing.
I'll give you
know what I mean? Like they're home.
because it was
we're on like the
yeah,
we
because
funded this shit. Like you fun. Did you open that?
the
You
lunch
better open
ladies.
that.
The lunch ladies obviously work for the school board.
Right.
Crystal's Comfort
Janitors.
Food, they own their restaurants.
Yep.
Mystica Masala, they own their restaurants, and then we were just rag bag team that worked in different restaurants, going up against like home cooks and stuff like that. And I mean,
all of us just had the same idea of what we wanted to do.
yeah, and it's like and we went out there when and you have like this goal and like what you want to do, but then you get a budget.
Right.
Like you have like these huge dreams of like this menu you're gonna create, and you're like, I'm gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And then it's like you got $300 seed money. Like $300 does not buy shit in California.
No.
Especially when we're buying meat, like bacon, like we're grinding burgers like on this truck, and we're
That's
using
crazy.
the food processor. Like, like there's no meat grinder.
I had to travel to California, and it was the first time I'd ever been there. It was last year for work, and I had quite a few drinks one evening, and I walked to the local Denny's, and I was flabbergasted. The Grand Slam here in Texas is $7.99, and it was $17.99 out there.
No
for
doubt,
the
I believe
same
it.
thing. I was like, what?
Yeah.
This is
Like,
crazy.
I feel like our shortfall in the show. I mean, there were several, like on the last episode that we won't really get into. Yeah,
Yeah.
But we were definitely on like East Coast prices, and this is a selling game, And
Right.
you're over here in California, and people from California, know what to charge, and like we feel ridiculous trying to charge $14 for a burger.
Yeah.
Everybody else is charging 25.
Yeah, and then like you turn around, like I think you can actually hear in I think it was episode 2 when like the octopus challenge, which we won, by the way.
Boom.
But Tyler's like, we grossly undercharged for it. Like, man, octopus is not like if we're in Virginia Beach, octopus is not a really seller. It's not like
Right.
It's not like
It's not going to be the menu mover, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you could charge $23 for that taco. Like, I would not buy a $23 taco.
Like
a taco.
where I understood where Super Sope went with the whole thing. Like literally, they had octopus as the very last thing on their.
Yeah, they made
burrito.
they made a flat taco.
Yeah,
It's an open face flat taco.
So I understand why they got some good business for that, but we actually won the whole challenge. But then again, you gotta think about the lady that did the
chef. Yes,
I forgot what her name was, but
green hair octopus chef,
dude. Every other truck shoot.
Yeah. So but we didn't see that until it aired. Like when she took a bite of people's food and spit it in her napkin.
But it made us feel fucking great.
We were feel fantastic. The craziest part about the octopus story is
we thought it was going to be horrible. That's what we.
We're all like,
randomly
talked.
The most random meeting ever. One of my friends from Virginia Beach was in the Navy, and he moved to San Diego. So we're in San Diego, and I called him. I'm like, hey man, we're in town, and you want to get a beer? So he's like, yeah. Like he showed up. We're sitting at a bar, and he's just like, we're just talking about food and stuff, and like, what you been up to, blah blah. And he was like, man, I made these tacos the other day with the octopus, and he went through the whole story, and I was like, half listening, sure, that sounds interesting. Octopus isn't really my thing. The next day, they're like, the octopus, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna need you to send me that recipe.
I need that recipe, bro.
He's like, one up you, dude. He's like, go here on my YouTube page. You can watch the rest.
Yes, that's amazing.
We luckily got stuck in traffic, because they were trying to line all the trucks up for this shot. We were in that line for an hour, so we're all just watching YouTube on how to cook octopus.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
But we hit our truck first. That's the dilemma. It's like,
so your little baby,
you were supposed
your
to,
baby octopus.
They're not babies, Melissa.
Baby octopus.
So what happens is we're 30 minutes into cook, right? And an octopus, shit, man, that takes an
hour to boil before you start.
I don't even know if our water was boiling.
Yeah, it's one of those eat it raw 10 seconds or 10 hours types things.
Yeah,
there's no in between.
So they come walking up, the judge, the octopus chef, comes walking up and it's like we're not even open yet to the public. We're still prep. And I was like, all right, we're gonna go. And that's when because in the box we had one big ass octopi.
I still
and a bunch of little.
I still remember it was one fully grown one, and then itty bitty
crazy
with there.
Sure.
And we had to boil the octopus with red pepper flakes, and Alex was outside and he was getting the mini ready.
Alex was bullshitting his ass off. That's what
my time. We knew that shit wasn't ready.
Literally, she walked up and me and Jason looked at it and you want the octopus? Fuck, you know about that shit already? Yeah. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna cook that for you. Hey, Jason,
Dooley, just grab the babies. And so you're all mic'd up. I was like, grab the babies, dude. They've got to be done, or the closest to done.
So I take them, I put them on the cutting board, and just chop the shit out of that and everything else that we're putting in the tacos, and throw them on the flat top.
But the producer kept running in and was like, Jason, quit calling them babies.
Stop
You're
calling
humanizing
them. Please stop calling babies.
Give me the babies, Dooley.
And then me, I'm just like, Jason, here's babies. So
you need to shoot that again. Stop calling them babies.
I totally figured out what we even put inside the taco.
It was pico de gallo. It was just char grilled.
Just because for the first one, because it was such
it was char grilled octopus, and we just made a nice pico de gallo with fresh lime, and it was all fresh, and it was corn tortillas, just heated up, not fried. I mean, it was
right.
It was good, but we did not think we had time.
I was not ready.
I still remember we had the back door open, and Alex was like, "It's her."
Yo, keep going, bitches.
Figure it out. You only got to make one.
Dude, we're not open for another 30 minutes.
I'm pretty sure Jason looked at me and was like, "It's not ready," and I was like, "We get it ready."
You had 30.
Throw this in the fryer. Throw shit on the flat top.
We had let's call it 40 minutes.
You had 40 minutes, but you said 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's basically.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. I need that taco. Yeah, give me 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Really, what the fuck are we about to do? Oh, fucking do magic. Do you want to fry it? Or saute it? Dude, it was fucking crazy. I mean, it was like, there's like, you're sitting there thinking, like, there's no fucking way we won. And the producer comes over and he's like, you guys surprisingly didn't do that bad. I'm like, thanks. Like, surprisingly didn't do that bad.
That's a half compliment.
I think they discounted y'all.
Like she went over to the winning truck, like of the.
We can always talk about your knife cuts, Dooley.
We could not.
Are they rustic?
We could totally not.
They were very rustic. I see. No, okay. So this is it's a good story because I knew when I said it that we were fucked, and because I was like, because we're on a gondola going up this mountain in
9,000 feet in 9 minutes.
Yeah, 9,000 feet in 9 minutes. Good job, Dooley.
Can't make 9 knife cuts.
So,
why the fuck y'all give me the job?
So we're going up. You didn't say you were scared.
You were looking out the window.
So anyway, we're going up
I'm cutting
to
my
the peak
fingers.
of this huge ass mountain in what city was that one?
That was
Good.
Yeah,
Palm
Springs. Yeah, so in Palm Springs, like you go into the top of this peak, like you can see the San Andreas Fault from the sky, you know, and like we're going up and we're making a tuna poke going evidently like 100 miles an hour in a gondola. That's spinning.
It's crazy.
You know, it's like, so like we're going up and like, you know, and I said it and I was like, Dooley, and everyone is mic'd up, right? And everyone can hear you. The producers can hear everything you say. And so you're on your way up. And I said, Dooley, make sure these knife cuts are perfect because you're giving them to Tyler Florence.
And then, if you've ever watched a cooking show.
Yeah, and if you've ever watched any cooking show, as soon as you say something, that is what is going to be judged on you. And like,
absolutely.
Knife cuts. And I was like, make sure, like, you know, we salt it, make sure it's seasoned. And it's like, you know, you're borderline over salty. Your knife cuts are shit. And like,
my only job is to cut the shit.
And you failed. And you failed. I don't know why. Yeah, you're already.
He didn't fail. Like he didn't fail.
My hand.
It was never gonna work in our favor. As soon as I said, Dooley, make sure they cut perfectly.
Hey, okay. My defense. My cutting hand looks like I'm a coke fiend. A week half out with no coke. I'm shaking.
You were never gonna be good enough. You were never gonna be good enough. As soon as I said, make sure they're perfect. They're for Tyler.
You know you should have said.
I didn't think about it until after I said it, and I was like, "That's really gonna fuck us."
You should have said, "Dooley, just shred cilantro. Just put your hand,
Dooley,
pull that shit.
Sit on the floor and don't puke.
Just cry. Go sit over
Drop
there
fries.
and cry. Drop fries.
Drop your fries.
One thing is, like, as I was cutting it, I didn't think it was that bad of knife cuts. But then again, you're literally spinning, and then after every 1,000 feet.
Oh, it was like this big drop.
It sounds like my worst nightmare. I can't.
It literally like every.
I don't do heights.
Feet, it literally
like every time you came up to a pole,
sure,
you had to change wires.
Yep.
So it was like so it went up and then it dropped down onto the new set of wires that are going to pull you up the rest of the way.
I'm still able to hold a knife and cut shit, but the other teams who I'm not gonna say their name, but.
Yeah, totally can. It's like
2019,
dude.
Oh, I forgot.
I think we're outside of the realm of they're gonna sue us.
2 of them passed out.
Did they?
Wow.
Karina?
No, they sat on the floor. Yeah. I mean, that's just
Look, to be honest with you, they finished their challenge before they got freaked out. You couldn't make knife cuts.
Oh, that's fucked up, man.
Melissa, don't feel bad
Melissa,
for him.
watch the show. We'll all see what the fuck happened.
She's probably watched it.
I've already watched it.
Again. Watch again and again and again.
He knows exactly what we're talking
about. Again and again.
If you want to feel bad for Dooley, just know that although it did not make the air, the very last thing that we recorded with the rest of the teams was a damn it Dooley moment that did not make the air. And when I say a damn it Dooley moment, this is like the Breakfast Crew.
Yeah,
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Fucking Judd Nelson.
We were walking away. Dooley put his hand up. One fist in the air.
Wait.
Damn it Dooley from behind us.
Yeah. Fucking.
If that had made the air, oh God.
I love it.
And like you can hear Tyler counting. He's like on 3, everybody, and it's like 1, 2, 3. Janet Dooley.
And he was like, yeah. Everybody said it. And I was like, I'm immortalized on TV.
They did not air that.
And then they just said, no, fuck that.
That cut hit the floor.
You got robbed.
Hey,
you need to buy the DVD set. They might have deleted scenes.
Hey, guess what? That's the damn it Dooley lifestyle.
I mean,
You just get shit on and shit on and shit on.
It's hard times.
It's hard times being a dually.
Yeah. He's even got the shirts.
Yeah. I got 3.
He brings
Nice.
it on himself. If he could just drop fries, none of this ever would have happened.
2 minutes, Alex.
Nice.
I got you, Dooley.
I told you, make sure we never wait on wedges.
My
all
eyes.
night long.
My favorite is when Dooley puts the fries in the basket.
But does not drop the back.
I'm gonna hang out with you.
Melissa, I know you're not.
It's like a slow steam. It's a slow steam before I drop.
Melissa, I know you can't see what this is right now, but I'm Vietnam flashbacks. Why do I hang out with him? Why am I here?
It's like
Monday.
that's really hard when you have CPTSD from a friendship. Like, my God, gotta be more selective, man.
Who knows? Maybe I'll go to the psychiatrist tomorrow and be like,
We should be more.
can you come to
selective,
station?
You're right. We should be more selective.
Figure it out. Yeah.
You guys let me on this, so I don't know, man. I headed down a dangerous road.
Realistically, you let us on your podcast.
That's right. It's been such a pleasure today. Where can everybody find you online?
As always, thank you for listening to Melissa's podcast, Team Fat Kid. You can find us online on Facebook at
Team Fat Kid.
on Instagram at
Team Fat Kid Nation.
on Twitter,
At Team Fat Kid 1.
on YouTube.
Team Fat Kid.
Of course, you can find us online at www.teamfatkidnation.com for all of your knife and apparel needs.
You can find the food truck on Facebook at
Team Fat Kid Food Truck.
on Instagram,
Team Fat Kid
the
Food
Twitter.
At Fat
You
Truck.
can call us for all your pre-order and catering needs at.
757-427-1586.
Remember,
Stay hungry.
be creative.
And over to sharpen your knives.
Praise the Lord, peace, love, and bacon grease.
That's
Now it's
all
back
right,
to
bro.
Melissa.
Yeah.
It's been such a pleasure, guys. I hope we can do this again. It was a blast to talk to you. Thank you for giving me the background on the great food truck race. Thank you for letting me into your what seems like a pretty sacred space today. I don't know. It looks pretty special. It looks like some special magic happens over there.
It's kind of like a bunker.
I love it.
But we
I love
have
it.
beer.
Yeah. Every bunker has beer.
Every bunker has beer. It's a prerequisite. You have to.
I feel like we just made it. I feel like we just made the title.
I feel that should be like a banner. But every bunker has beer.
No bunker here, though.
Go get your own bunker.
Right. Thank you for
I
having
have
us. Thank you
a
so much.
bunker.
That's a wrap for today. Until the next episode of the Food for Thoughtcast, make good food, eat good food, share it, and be kind to one another.
Thanks so much for listening today. You are part of what makes us special, and we are so glad you joined us. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave a review. Just like food, delicious podcasts are better when you share them with others. Come back for seconds wherever podcasts are served, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the Food for Thoughtcast.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Food for Thoughtcast or at www.foodforthoughtcast.com, where you can link to all podcast players, or you can send us an email at foodforthoughtcmc@gmail.com.